My dad gave me a drum set in the 2nd grade, changed my life forever. I went to arts middle school and high school, going to high school and learning more about hip hop and playing hip hop. That's really where I came to terms with my blackness.
I feel like there's an alternate universe where we're having this interview, but I'm talking about your album and not your congressional race.
Hey, maybe, you never know. My goal in life is I want to help people through like movement work, politics, and then the arts. So as long as I wake up every day and I make decisions in service of that, I can be proud of myself.
Maxwell, thank you for being here. Congratulations.
I appreciate it.
On being the first Gen Z member of Congress at just 25 years old. What does it feel like? I mean, you have officially etched your name in the history books.
Honestly, the first feeling that hit me is that feeling of gratitude. Even though my name is like the one, that people checked off, it was really a movement that brought me here.
Maxwell's a friend of mine. I think it's really important to have people who get the issues that matter, like canceling student debt, like free college, like dealing with gun violence. People like Maxwell want to make sure that people can be safe and do things like go to school without getting shot. These things that really matter to life and liberty.
Who was the first person you called when you started to see, oh, this is going to my favor, it's definitely happening?
Well, everyone was kind of there, my whole family. I got a good amount of calls from people to congratulate me. After the second one, the general, I'm doing an interview and my phone starts ringing and it's like an unknown block number. So I pick up and they go, please hold for the president. I'm looking around and my friends are around and we start jumping, silently celebrating. I remember I got a call primary night from Burlington, Vermont. I answer the phone and someone goes, hey, is this Maxwell Frost? And I said, hello, Senator Sanders. And he's like, how'd you know it was me? I was like, your voice. No one else sounds like you. It's just wild to get calls from people I look up to and, people that you see on the TV and people who have been doing this work.
We've become like brothers here the last year. While we were on the campaign trail, we were on the phone regularly, and now to be able to be in Congress together, we're here really to shape the country and to make sure that we actually have a planet and a society that takes care of people for generations to come.
Hip hop was a big part of your night. You played We Gon' Be Alright.
Yeah.
Why was it important to have music as a way to commemorate this moment?
Well, music is a huge part of my life. We incorporated the arts and cultural joy in almost everything we could in the campaign. These are some of my best friends. They're really tearing up the scene in Orlando. So are you ready? Are you ready? Give it up for Something!
Yo, do you see how y'all feeling tonight? No. I said, how y'all feeling tonight?
We've grown up with Max, so to be able to see, our progression from all that to then just him being like, hey, you want to come perform at my celebration party? It's
crazy. Just to be a part of this is history, and to know a congressman, I can just call, hey, bud,
Yeah.
How you doing? It's very, very surreal for sure.
Yo, talk to me a bit about the local music scene here, man, and how it's helped to shape who you are.
Yeah, it shaped me a lot. We have such a great local scene, it's a lot of everything. Hip hop, alternative rock, different kinds of music. I remember going when I was 15, 16 with some of my friends. They were low budget shows, you know what I mean? Just people having a good time, but that really showed me that, wow, I can do this too. And then we started doing our own shows.
I imagine there's some parallels between organizing a festival, galvanizing people, connecting through music, and galvanizing folks for community work. Exactly. What did you learn?
It's a lot of the same skills, you know what I mean? Obviously, the technical, organizational skills of being able to put something together, but also it's bringing people together around a common goal. We talk about how do we want people to feel, what's the call to action, and what do we want people to take away? And those are the same questions you ask yourself when you're planning a canvas, when you're planning a political event, a protest.
It's interesting. You got folks like Killer Mike, MCs who go from that space to the other space. So it makes perfect sense that there's a marriage there.
Oh, there's so much synergy in it.
Well, tell me about your upbringing.
I grew up here in Orlando, born and raised. I was adopted at birth. My mom, who adopted me, who's my mom, she's a special education teacher here in Orlando. My dad is a musician. He mainly plays pan, steel pans, soca, that kind of music. He used to go over to my biological mom's house and put the headphones on the belly, kind of thing. He really wanted me to be someone who was in the music, and I was because of him.
What's your mom's cultural background?
So my mom's Cuban. I got a lot going on because my biological mom is Lebanese and Puerto Rican, and then my biological father is Haitian. I say I'm an Afro-Cuban, I'm a Black Cuban, and I get to be a part of multiple cultures.
I'm curious, how did your cultural identity coming up inform the way you view what community looks like and what resources look like?
For Latinos, right, we have this like concept of familia, right, family, where it's like you got your abuela, your grandma, always feeding you, always want to make sure you're eating, always want to make sure you got a roof over your head. And those like simple tenets of what we deserve as humans, you know, is in my politics.
I'm the son of African immigrants. My mom and dad came here in the 70s from Ghana. And, you know, we had the talk, came in for more opportunity, but they said that, you know, but you're coming up as a black man in America, it's gonna be tougher for you. Did you have a similar talk from your parents, and what was that talk like?
That talk really happened for the first time after Trayvon Martin was murdered. That happened 25 minutes north of here, so it happened right here in our community pretty much. You know, I grew up in suburbia, and that's where he was murdered, suburbia. So I used to just roam free and careless, you know, and I think that was really a rude awakening for myself and my family.
The racial reckoning in 2020, the George Floyd protest. How did that ultimately affect your decision to run?
That was a huge point in my life. I remember seeing a video of a black man being lynched in broad daylight on Twitter and spending the whole day just trying to take it in. And then turning on the TV and seeing thousands of people taken to the streets. When I saw that, I said, I have to go. Right here, I got tear gassed, right here.
Right here on this corner. I've never been maced before or tear gas. I don't want to know what that feels like, man.
It's not fun. We were doing a protest, and this was actually one of our peaceful protests where we were just singing, sitting on the floor.
We are peaceful! We are
peaceful! It's a non-violent protest, and we were breaking a curfew on purpose, you know, something very low bar, doesn't impact other people, but we wanted to show that we're out here, right, for what we believe in. And then we started getting tear gas, and people started running. I remember running down this street, and I remember I was taking a video down here, and I just wanted people to see what we were encountering.
It's amazing that this is happening in City Hall, because during that time in 2020 was one of the first times that I saw this connection between police brutality and systemic oppression culminate into a multi-pronged, solution-oriented, direct action. What do you think made that time so ripe for that kind of, I guess, collective consciousness?
A lot of times movements, they might not result in a specific legislative victory, but what it does do is it changes the consciousness of the people. And it shifts them to think that next time it happens, we know what we have to do. You know, when people saw that video, you know, you get a text from, you know, let's say, meet here, people just showed up. So if you think about the movements before, if you think about Trayvon Martin, if you think about even March for Our Lives, when, you know, people were murdered in Parkland and they hit the streets, those things kind of build up to a place where people saw this and they said, we know what we have to do. We have to hit the streets, and they came out. And there's a beauty to that.
And you went from the streets of Orlando to Capitol Hill in DC, man.
I'll be representing these streets in Congress now, you know, and I think that I bring that experience with me.